memo that separately is creating a firestorm on Capitol Hill. A group of senators today demanding a hearing into this internal document. It was written by an agency within the Department of Homeland Security. It seeks to bypass Congress in a push for what it calls meaningful immigration reform. Now, critics are calling it amnesty. Republicans are saying it might be a way to grant sort of backdoor citizenship to people who didn't go through any door to get here. Anyway, Republican Senator John Barrasso of Wyoming, one of the lawmakers calling for this hearing on this memo. What progress have you made, Senator?
Well, we are going to continue to work to get a hearing on this, Neil. People read through this, you look at it, it's like the United States Department of Homeland Security putting out a welcome mat, but at the back door. It's backdoor amnesty. You take a look at it, this memo written by 4 people under the guise of Homeland Security, they wrote it, and the purpose of the memo, and I have it right here, Neil, the purpose is to reduce the threat of removal of illegal immigrants. Reduce the threat, not to the Americans, but to people who are not citizens. You look at what they want to do. Extend benefits to illegal immigrants, extend protection, grant legal residency, greater leniency, live in the United States, listen to this, without fear of removal. And then you have this case you just reported on, this man arrested twice for drunk driving, finally, a horrible situation, kills a nun, 2 others gravely injured. Now he's going to be raised from a level 3
well, we don't know. I mean, all I know, it's been hit parade for Janet Napolitano on this incident. She was saying that no one should ever mistake a draft memo that lists options, which ultimately in the department floats around and are raised at different levels for official policy or decisions. That makes absolutely no sense to me. I think the gist is ideas are not policy. What do you make of it?
Well, that's why I want to come in and see from these 4 people who wrote this memo, who instructed you to write this memo. When Barack Obama was a senator, he supported amnesty for illegal immigrants. I do not. The American people do not. The Senate did not approve of that bill. The Senate voted it down. Now it looks to me like a backdoor effort for amnesty for people who are here illegally. The American people don't want those folks who are criminals, who have come to this country
illegally. Well, if you're right about that, and with no way of proving that one or the other, the charge has been raised before, it could explain the administration's tough stance regarding Arizona and cracking down on states that might want to do what Arizona's doing. It would at least sort of justify where they're coming from. Not that it's right, but that maybe that's why they're so tough on Arizona, because eventually they want to keep these people here.
Well, that's why we need a hearing. Say, why did the 4 people who wrote this memo write it? Who instructed them? Did that come from the White House? Did it come from Janet Napolitano directly? How did they come to the decisions? Because this is a memo basically aimed at keeping people who are in this country illegally, making it easier for them to stay here.
Can you imagine, Senator, how legal immigrants then feel? They've gone through everything, the tests, the history lessons, everything you have to go through to become a United States citizen, sometimes lasting years. And then they realize that many who just snuck in here for whatever reason and whatever motivation are knighted overnight U.S. citizens. I mean, I would imagine they're pretty ticked.
Well, and they have a right to be perturbed by that, Neil. You take a look at it, we are a nation of immigrants, but we've come here legally, and we have big celebrations in Wyoming when we when people who have come here legally become citizens. We do it in the judges' chamber. The senators, representatives, people show up to congratulate them. This is a nation of immigrants, but not to basically reward people who are here illegally. And I think if you do something like this memo, it's just going to encourage more people, Neil, to break the law and break into the United States and come here illegally.
Well, at the very least, as you say, it's worth a hearing and explore it. Senator, good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil.